Okay, so we got a bit of a vlog day today. So it's Thursday, it's my day off. I'm heading to the farm in the E36. I'm gonna do an oil change on the car, plus a couple other things. So my heater blower fan hasn't been blowing, and I've heard there's a resistor I can replace. Hopefully that fixes it. My horn for some reason hasn't been working, so we're gonna diagnose that. Wouldn't mind getting a brake light working, and then a bunch of my speakers aren't working on the inside as well. So we're just gonna kind of tune up the car, work on a bit of things and everything like that, and do a fresh oil change and hopefully get some other things running better. Let's go. Idling better. So just stopped at Canadian Tire to pick up my oil. I forgot how fun this car actually is to drive. I absolutely love it. I also forgot how much of a drone the exhaust is and how the fact that I only have one speaker working on the inside. So it's pretty loud, not really comfortable for these long trips. It's about an hour to my farm from Toronto. And then also too, I noticed that I have no heat, which is pretty interesting because it's a cold day on April 1st here. So I think I lost a little bit more coolant than I thought while I had it in storage. So when I get to the farm, we'll top up with some coolant and see if the heat comes back. And I was surprised the fan was turning on, but it didn't seem like it had any fan speed. It looked like it was just max speed when it did come on. It seems like that would be the resistor problem that I have in the car, ready to install. So let's get the rest of the journey on the way and we'll get to the farm. I made it to the farm, and when I got out here, it was basically snowing, a little bit of flurries and stuff, which was pretty sketchy. Couldn't really see much ahead of me, but luckily it wasn't really staying on the ground. Although that really would have worried me with these summer tires, but I did take it out early. It is April 1st, so you can't be surprised if there's snow. Okay, E36 is in the garage. Let's get to work. We're gonna do an oil change, figure out some heating issues, maybe the horn. Maybe we'll switch the tires over and do some drifts. Maybe we'll give it out a vacuum, give this car a little cleanup and stuff. Let's get into the oil change. Okay, so I was working with my strut bar and I realized that I didn't like how it was looking underneath. I figured I should put a wider washer than I did last time. And then I was working on this side. Apparently when I put this nut in, I put the threads up, and now the top threads are stripped. It looks like the bottom threads are still good, but I just can't run the strut bar anymore until I get a new stud for that coilover. So that's great. No, bye-bye strut bar. So even with getting a new nut, the threads are so screwed that I'm screwed. I can't get this down, I can't get it up. I think I'm gonna have to grind the top of this or something. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I've been trying to wedge in the screwdriver here like this, pry up while spinning off, but it's just spinning. It's not going anywhere at all. All right, so I got the nut off, but the top of these threads are just destroyed. So I'm just gonna snip this off, and hopefully I still have enough threads to tighten this up in time to get a spare stud. Not how I thought my day was gonna go. Not pretty, but it'll do. Luckily, not only did I have one, but I had two of these spare nuts, which is pretty much a lifesaver. And just enough threads that it's like flush there, which is not ideal, but it'll do. So that really sucks. I came here to do an oil change, a bunch of other things. The strut bar was the least thing on my mind. I thought I could improve it. I wrecked it. And luckily I was able to save myself so I can still drive this car home. I just lost the strut bar, order another one of those studs from BC, and we'll put the strut bar back on at another time. Now in my car, I did install a magnetic drain plug to catch all of the little metal flakings coming off and everything. Let's take a look at how it is. Seem to be quite a lot, but I don't really have much reference point. But yeah, you can kind of see it's pretty, the metal's pretty thick on there. Not like crazy amount, but maybe more than it should. Maybe the rings are going or something. I'm not much of an internal mechanic. So any suggestions on how bad that is? If you know on a reference point, feel free to let me know in the comments below. While I was working on my car, Marcus's dead Subie showed up. That'd be a sick drift car. I absolutely love this Hawkeye Subie. Mark and I are thinking of maybe grabbing an LS swap and doing a full drift car build of this thing, since it's pretty much reached the end of its life as a normal road car. If you guys are interested and need any parts or anything like that, like any interior parts, because we're going to strip the whole thing. So, I mean, these seats are in pretty good condition. If anybody wants anything, hit us up or hit me up. You guys can have the interior. So last year I got some of this Lucas Oil power steering fluff, because I guess I did notice last year it was losing some power steering fluid, and this is kind of some stock leaks. So top it back up with that. I don't think it's been stopping any leaks, but can't hurt it. I also have some Lucas Oil stabilizer that I love this stuff. I think it's really good, especially for these older engines and everything like that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in it once the oil is done. So another thing I wanted to replace today was this resistor. Maybe this will solve it. Picked this up for like 35 bucks on Amazon. The OEM one from BMW was like 200 something bucks, even with my employee discount, and was gonna take like a month to come in from Germany. So I like this one, Amazon Prime. If it doesn't work, I can just return it, no big deal. Now how to install that is down here. I already took my cover off, and I totally took the big pad that's supposed to be there. I took that right out, but it's right up in here, right there. You can see it, and it's plugged in. Doesn't look like there's any screws holding it in, so we'll just pull out. I don't know if it's even supposed to be like that. Okay, I got to pull out. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's just filled with all this stuff. So I mean, when I first got the car, got filled up a little rodent. I had to clear them out of there. I had to clear it all out, and I guess there's still some stuff up in there, probably. Maybe that's it, maybe not. Let's clean that out. Well, it's a good thing I replaced my cabin air filter at one point. I'm wondering, I think this was the issue, or I think it was just the stuff that's gotten around them. That was the issue. So I'm thinking that this thing's actually fine. It was just the stuff stuffed in there, because on my drive here, this fan would not change speed no matter what I did. Now, you can actually hear it changing and going max. I'm getting way more air than I was on the way here. On the way here, it was probably about that. Like I was barely getting anything. Now it's fully going up, going down. So that was probably the issue. In case you're wondering, all of this is a disaster underneath here. All of my aftermarket wiring installs that I did so much for down here. I deleted the clutch pedal safety and everything like that. Like I've done so much underneath here, but I think I'm just gonna plug that back in, return my part, and I don't have to worry about spending any money on that. Maybe somebody was messing with this in the past, because it looks like it's supposed to be a screw that goes in there. It's missing, so I think I'm gonna get one and just tack it in there. Now it's back in place. Going back to the same issue. Great. Now, for some shitty reason, I can't even get this shit disconnected. And when I pull it back to this time, man, not working. Once again, no fan speed, which sucks. Okay, so I finally got it. I had to just smash this off so I could get that out. Jesus, look at it. The plastic was just glued together. That's crazy. At least all the pins are still there. Let's try a new one and see what happens. Okay, so this is what's happening with the new one plugged in. You can kind of hear it. It sounds like it's half on. Plug the old one in, and I've got full air. I've got full control. Plug it out, it's disconnected. Now what I did was basically went in here, there's like melted plastic near the bottom of the prongs, and I basically just chipped all of it away, broken a bunch of the plastic away from the connectors. I think it got melted at some point. Now it seems to be working, so let's try and put it back in place and see if stuff goes back to normal. So now I plugged it back in, I've got nothing. I'm guessing we got bad terminal connections or something in here. There's one moment it works, the next one it doesn't. Now it's working. Wiggle this. It's gotta be a bad connection in here. Boom, not working. It's like almost like I should rewire all these pins in separately. Okay, so I decided that it's gotta be a connection problem. So I'm gonna destroy this thing, take it apart, and just individually plug each one in, and hopefully that solves it. Oh, fuck. The only thing is you gotta remember which three are on the top and where they are. So let's take some pictures and then I'll be good. Okay, I have now separated all of them, and now the fun part begins. I think I'm gonna put some heat shrink up each one so I can cover each one so we don't have any shortages, and then plug them all in. Okay, I think I fixed it. As you can see, each one's got its own wire. It's a little bit messy. Something's still not 100% tight. I hope it's good enough to stay like that and it'll come back in here. But it's good enough for now. I'm tired of working on it. Fan's working. Slightly loose connection still there. Now, when I was heading here, I had no heat. I don't know if that was because I had no fan at the same time, or if I had some low coolant and nothing was even going through at all. So I'm going to top up the coolant a little bit. Really, the overflow isn't too bad. It's more left than I thought. Looks like more leaked out of the window than I thought. On my list of upgrades, I am planning on going to the full aluminum radiator with the aluminum overflow, and maybe that'll solve this little problem. Oh yeah, so even if the fan was working, I don't think I was going to be getting any heat. How much coolant this is taking in. Alright, so I've topped up the power steering fluid, I did the oil change, I think I fixed my blower fan in there. I'm going to tighten up the inside, give it a quick vacuum and everything. I got a little bit of time left in the day, so I think I'm going to switch the tires over to the drifty tires and my old tires, and just kind of go burn them off a little bit for a little bit of fun. It did feel nice doing a couple skids with these really bad tires on, but let's put the good tires on and get heading home. One thing I forgot to do last week and to really sketch me out was torque my freaking wheels. Basically, if you ever take your tires off, make sure you absolutely torque your wheels after, just for peace of mind. Even though the air gun pretty much makes them tight, I always like to torque them just to make sure. Yeah, I didn't get everything accomplished that I wanted to accomplish. I'm trying to leave at 3:30 because I got some stuff to do this afternoon and this evening, so I don't want to be late getting home. I was able to get the oil change done, which was good, and then I happily fixed my fan issue, which I've been having for like the last 2 years. Hasn't really worried about it. Last year I didn't drive the car too much, so the time that I was needing AC, I didn't really worry about it, and I didn't bring it out before where I was getting cold. So now I'm actually getting cold. I actually want to get some heat, so I was able to fix that fan issue, which was really nice. Did the oil change on it. I didn't get around to fixing my horn or taking a look at my speaker systems. I would like to get some more drift footage next time with the drifties, get some footage of outside the car, of me burning some rubber and everything like that. So I'm still gonna come back another weekend, work on the horn, more drift videos, and just a couple little other things on this car, get it tightened up and everything. I do wanna get an alignment for it done at work, check the rear diff fluid, and a couple other things. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today as I'm about to be heading home. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you like BMWs. If you did make it this far, absolutely like that. Like this video as it does help my channel grow. Subscribe for more future content. See what I'm going to do for this E36. In the future, I'm going to be doing everything you need to know about this car, everything I did for my project and everything like that. So stick around, subscribe if you're interested. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.